everyone, how are we today? Just going to be doing an all signs reading today, and today we're doing the shadow work reading for the full moon in Libra. Okay, so that's March 24th here in Australia. I believe it might be the 25th elsewhere in the world, but it is the 24th here in Australia that we are having that full moon in Libra. Every full moon, I do like to do the shadow work readings where we look a little bit deeper into ourselves and face some of the darker sides of ourselves so that we can incorporate those, become better people, better versions of ourselves, evolve and grow and mature. Okay, shadow work is very important to be, looking at the darker sides of ourselves and not just all the, the happy, lovely things, but, sometimes we do see some confronting messages with this sort of a reading. So I do apologize in advance if I do sort of trigger anyone, but those things that trigger us, usually there's a reason it's triggering us, and it's because it's making us look at that part of ourselves that's reacting, or that we see that similarity within. Okay, please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. Running a competition at the moment as well, so that anyone that does leave a comment on one of my videos, you will go in the draw to win a free personal reading. So get on that, guys. I'll be drawing that when we hit 222 subscribers. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel as well. Okay, for this shadow work reading, I do use this deck quite often with our shadow work readings. This is the Heal Yourself reading cards by Ina Segal. So they have some very sort of confronting messages sometimes. But today I do also have the Spirit of the Animal Oracle deck there, and the lenormand I am using today, I have the Gilded Reverie. So the Gilded Reverie does have quite a few extra cards, so we'll go through those as we encounter them. Generally with the shadow work readings, I do like to have a look at those things, grab a couple of overview cards and then delve into those issues for you. It is an all signs video, so I've lost my pen. So we do take notes of timestamps as we're going. This full moon in Libra, right at the start of Aries season as well. But this is also the first lunar eclipse of the year, headed towards that solar eclipse on April the 8th. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so this is the first eclipse of the year, but we will be heading into that solar eclipse at the start of April, as well as a Mercury retrograde at the start of April. So this lunar eclipse really is a turning point for everyone, an ending or a transition, a transformation into newer, different energy in our lives. Okay, and Libra does really put an emphasis on one-on-one relationships, so those close relationships, especially love-based relationships, because it does bring themes of balance and harmony, but it does sort of bring to light any issues of codependency or where we may be avoiding conflict, and those sorts of things as well, to really balance those things out, and asks you to be very honest about your true values, and rebalancing your boundaries in a very sort of just way, where you're being fair to everyone, not just fair to yourself, but fair to people trying to deal with you, and connecting with your heart and trying to communicate in a much more loving manner with that Libra energy as well. Okay, so it's set to be a pretty interesting full moon. Sometimes we can get a little bit emotional with the full moons because they are a transitional sort of period. So especially with that lunar eclipse as well, but he's hoping for the best for us all, okay? Obviously, Aries and Libra probably are going to be more so impacted by this full moon than other signs. But, we'll go through and see how we go, see what's coming up for everybody. All right, so we're actually going to start off with Libra today, being that it is that full moon in Libra. Okay, so Libra, what are the issues that Libra needs to be aware of for their shadow work? What does Libra need to face? Libra, shadow work for Libra. And one more. Okay, so Libra, we do have faith, all right, as well as discover your life's purpose. So these two are very interesting together, and this is actually showing us that this full moon may not be quite as disastrous as people may think for Libra. It may actually turn out to be a really good full moon for you, Libra, being that it is in your sign. But it's all about having faith and looking within yourself at, what have you held unreasonable faith in? Things, especially when it comes to relationships. This full moon is really about, the way that we connect with others and emotions. So what emotions are you having faith in? What do you need to have more faith in for yourself, especially when it comes to discovering your life's purpose? There is this strong element here of, just having faith that you are going to discover your life's purpose here. You're here for a reason. You have this faith that, you have faith that you're here for a reason. It's all just a matter of when will I discover what that reason actually is for me here. So really some deep questioning for you this full moon, Libra, especially when it comes to, what am I here to do? Are these things in my life, are they, serving a greater purpose for me? Do I have faith that these things in my life are supposed to be in my life? Or am I having these things in my life just because of, codependency issues, all those sorts of things. But we'll delve into that a little bit here. Shadow work for Libra. Shadow work for Libra, please. So yeah, we do have the maze coming through, the hedge maze. So definitely seeing a lot of confusion coming through from you, needing to really face that confusion, the things that you're confused about, the things that seem unclear, the things that you're like, I don't know if I'm on the right path. I don't know if this path is going to, lead me to the center of this maze, allow me to escape this maze. For some of you, this is kind of talking about, the rat race is not sort of suiting you at the moment. I kind of feel there. Having faith that you are walking this right path, that what, even if you come up to a dead end down this path here, guess what, it's a hedge maze. You can climb on over and find the way to the center regardless. Okay, that having faith in yourself, your ability to walk this path, even if you're feeling like you don't know whether this path is the right one, having this faith in yourself that, do you know what, I'm going to give it my all anyway, even if I'm unsure, even if it's not 100% clear to me where this leads. Do you know what? I'm going to walk this path anyway and find out. All right. So having faith in yourself. So for a lot of you, this is self-confidence, finding your self-confidence, this month, especially though when it comes to the path that you're traveling, especially when it's things like career goals and things like that. If you're kind of like, I don't know if I'm going down the right path career-wise. I don't know whether this is leading me in the right direction. That faith that you're needing to find within yourself, that confidence that you're needing to find within yourself here. It is coming through here with the snake energy as well. So we are seeing that, the answer to all this confusion, the answer to all your questions here, Libra, it lays within you yourself, having faith that, I have this desire, I have this passion and ambition to achieve these goals, to do these things, to follow this path. That's where the answer is lying for you here, Libra, that you need to really focus on where is your passion? Where is your ambition leading you? Not worrying about the path itself, but worrying about, the passion, the ambition, the desire to achieve these goals. Really focusing on those things. And that's where we're having faith. I have faith that saying to yourself, I have faith that, I desire this outcome with my career. I am ambitious for this job, and that is leading you to the right path, regardless of where. It's kind of like, imagine if you're walking down a path, and what you're doing right now is you're looking all around you. You're looking at all around you instead of focusing on, I know this path, takes me to, the guidepost said it takes me to the beach. So I'm just going to follow this path, and I know that I'll get to the beach. What you're kind of doing right now is you're looking all around you and you're going, wow, this looks really like bush. This surely is not leading me in the right direction. All I can see is dirt. I can't see any sand, and you're questioning yourself, and you're confusing yourself even more. There is this element of self-deception with the snake. So it's kind of like you are deceiving yourself here by allowing that confusion to take hold, rather than just confidently striding down that path and just knowing. The sign said it's going to the beach. I'm going to the beach. I will get there regardless of what's going on this path. In the meantime, I know I'm going to the beach. I know I'm going to get to the beach. Okay, so sort of refocusing yourself a little bit here, Libra. And we also have the Tower coming through. So I do feel as though, your foundations within yourself are strong. Your foundations within the things that you desire and you're trying to manifest here, quite strong. You're just needing to take a little bit more time to yourself to really find that faith, that confidence in yourself. With that have faith card and the Tower both coming out. If you are religious, I would suggest going to your church and spending some time in just solitude in that environment. It can, with that Tower, it can talk about, an actual place sometimes. And I am sort of feeling for some of you here, this is you going to an actual church and finding some time to just sit there with your thoughts, talk to God if that's, what you believe, and really that will actually really help you re-solidify this confidence that you are walking in the right direction here. Okay, but we're going to get you an animal spirit card as well, spirit of the animals. We're going to get you an animal card. And I feel as though this is along the lines of, advice, help for you to realign yourself this full moon, Libra. Shadow work, Libra. Shadow work for Libra. Beautiful. We have the Lion energy. So that's connecting really well with this discovering your life's purpose. That, the more confidently you stride towards your passion and your ambition, the stronger everything is going to fall into place for you here, Libra. That is directly about your higher calling. The Lion is all about the higher calling. It does say you have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe. So once again, walking confidently towards your goals here, not allowing what's going on that pathway to distract you. Okay, you've got this higher calling, and you're so close to discovering that life purpose. It's just a matter of self-confidence, I feel, for you here, Libra. Okay, so you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment if you want to go in the draw for that free personal reading. But we will move on over to Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know in regard to shadow work? Shadow work for our Scorpios. I love it when I get that energy for you, Scorpio. This first card, it really calls to me as Scorpio energy. That is the Wild card. Okay, so that straight away lets us know that there's something within you that you're not facing the wildness of your soul. You're not facing the wild and free aspects of yourself. You're holding yourself back a little bit here. You're containing yourself, Scorpio. We also have self-love. Okay, so pretty straightforward. We all know that self-love is one of those things that it is a little bit confronting when we do need to find some self-love for ourselves, love for ourselves. It is a bit hard. It's easier said than done, one of those things. But I feel for a lot of you that you will find your self-love by letting loose a little bit, not restraining yourself so much here, Scorpio. You're kind of, your energy is very restrained and very held back, very, I have to act a certain way, I have to do certain things, and it's not actually in line with your true self-expression. So this is why you may be struggling with the self-love stuff, because you're not actually allowing your full self to come to the surface. There's facets of yourself that you are hiding, in the darkness here. You're hiding those aspects of yourself and trying to be like, oh, but nobody wants to, nobody wants me to be like this. Nobody, it's kind of, you're holding back yourself and trying to, I feel like you're trying to behave in more mature ways than you really want to, and it's I just keep getting this energy of telling you it's okay to sometimes act immaturely. It's okay to sometimes act out of anger or react to other people and you're sort of holding yourself back so far that it's hurting you more than it's hurting anyone else, or more than it's even helping these situations for you. It's hurting your sense of self-love here. But we'll go into the lenormand here, Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. Shadow work for our Scorpios. Shadow work for Scorpio. Just clarify those first two cards for Scorpio, please. Yeah, okay, Scorpio. I'm getting a very sort of interesting sort of message here. We do have the scythe and the mouse energy coming out first here. So that's very, very interesting, because the mouse does talk about, stuff that's happened in the past, losses that you've suffered in the past, things that sort of, niggle away at you, eat away at your energy, steal from you. For some of you, this is like, it's kind of like what I was talking about with that wild energy, this holding back. It's kind of a warning here that if you don't start to release some of the wildness within, that this is going to suddenly sort of break free from you, and you're not going to have a choice anymore. I feel with that scythe there, that the scythe is unexpected energy. It's something happening, very quickly and unexpectedly, and it's, change and, breaking free from certain things. And this is what we're breaking free from, is this mouse energy, this holding back energy, this this stress that you've been holding back. It's kind of like you've got a lot going on. You're stressing about something, you're concerning yourself with stuff that's happened in the past. The more that you're trying to push that down and tell yourself, oh, no one wants to see that side of me, no one wants to hear about that stuff, no one wants to because I'm getting, it's like, it's kind of like, though, the more that you're pushing that down, the more that it's going to break free by itself, and it's going to sort of be carved out of you without you having a choice in the matter. Because you're not releasing that energy, it's it's going to come out unexpectedly, and it may make things a lot worse in the long run here, is kind of what I'm getting. So for some of you, this may actually be to do with, like, your feelings about a past situation. a feelings about, I lost something in the past here. So quite often we do see with the mouse, it can be things like, past relationships, a past breakup, and you're kind of restraining yourself from telling people your emotions about that because you're, oh, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to, no one wants to talk to me about that because maybe it's happened quite a while ago. You're trying to just act like nothing is bothering me. That doesn't bother me. I'm trying to act all calm and collected here. But what I'm seeing is that with this energy, that it's kind of like, because I'm getting a really interesting energy here with that. And it's kind of talking about, because the scythe is what harvests the wheat, right? So, once the wheat is grown, you need to come through with that scythe and break, cut away anything that's, and so that it can go and be turned into flour and that kind of thing. But I'm kind of getting this imagery here that the longer that you leave this to fester, you won't be able to just cut away and take it to the next stage where it then is turned into flour. You'll find that crop and the mice have eaten away all your crop and there's nothing left to harvest. So the longer that you allow this to sort of fester within you and not releasing this energy, this whatever it is for you, because for some of you, it's kind of like you feeling as though you've lost the ability to be wild and free. So yeah, it may be different for everyone within the collective. So it's coming through very, very, not very clearly, I kind of want to say. But what happens here is, like I say, that if you allow this to fester and you're not actually releasing this energy here, it's going to suddenly, unexpectedly be taken from you anyway. And you're no longer going to have the opportunities that you would have had you faced this loss, this stress within you. So it's asking you to whatever this is, I feel like for a lot of you, it has been clarified by the letter. So for a lot of you, this is, some sort of paperwork from the past that you're not addressing these issues, some sort of communication that you're refusing to address, whether that communication be with somebody or something or with yourself. Okay, you're kind of refusing to talk to yourself about this issue, this thing that's stressing you out. It's like eating away in the back of your mind and stressing you out, but you're not allowing it to actually come to the surface because you're afraid that if you allow that to come to the surface, that your emotions are going to run wild. And you're kind of being asked to ride jump on that roller coaster and you may have to, do some loop-de-loops and scream your head off and, all these sorts of things. You may have to release that wild energy in order to deal with this, because otherwise it's going to, it's going to break free all by itself. And then once that happens, what happens here? We've got the stars. So if this breaks free without you choosing to release that and let that loose within yourself, if you are not changing that energy by yourself here, these stars can never come out for you. The stars are your wishes come true here, your desires being met, your dreams being fulfilled, having hope and optimism that things actually can work out the way you need them to. So you are really being asked to address these deeper issues going on here, Scorpio, and allow that. I do feel for a lot of you, it's allowing the emotions to go wild because they need to. Because if you don't let them go wild now, this is going to come through and they're going to go cray without your say so. So if you want some sort of control over that, you do that before you have no control over that happening. Okay, and you know, loving yourself in the process. I'm straight away feeling as though I don't need to talk about this issue. You know what that means for you. You know that you need to face that self-love issue, and you know exactly, you know, that you also know that, you know, those stars are not going to fall from the sky, that you do need to address your self-love issues in order to have your dreams come true here. So I feel as though I don't actually need to delve into that energy or talk about that energy. I feel as though you, Scorpio, are very, very well aware of that already. And I don't, it's just pointless for me to talk about it. Okay, but Scorpio, grab you one of the Spirit of the Animal Oracle. Scorpio, shadow work for our Scorpios. The Moose, which is all about wisdom. Okay, let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. So once again, you already know what this is all about for yourself, and it's letting that come through, allowing yourself to sort of be wild and free and open and vulnerable. Let your emotions go wild. You already have all this knowledge within yourself here, especially with that self-care stuff. You guys already on top of that within yourself. You know exactly what you need to do for yourself. You have that wisdom already. Okay, so very interesting, Scorpio, but that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment if you want to go in the draw for that free personal reading. But for now, we will move on over to Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. Shadow work for our Sagittarius. Shadow work for Sagittarius. Ooh, Sagittarius. We have self-sabotage. And that has come through with the temptation. So straight away, I am getting a very clear message here. It's you're being asked to look at this temptation. There's something trying to tempt you at the moment. I feel like for a lot of you that temptation is a person that you know is not good for you, and it's that self-sabotage. You know that if you make this choice and move in this direction, that is a form of self-sabotage, that you know that it's not going to work out the way that you know you may want it to. It's kind of like I'm being asked to share a certain message with you here, Sagittarius, coming from my own personal stuff, right? You know, I always do this. The phrase I'm being asked to share with you here is in regard to tattooing, okay? And it is a concept that I discuss with people sometimes, is that tattooing is actually socially acceptable self-harm. Okay, so you know, for those of us who may have had issues with, you know, actual self-harm, this is something, you know, I'm not going to lie, I have had self-harm issues when I was younger, because of my, you know, neurodivergency issues. Self-harm has always been something that is a concern to me. So trigger warning, by the way, for everyone here. But in the last few years, I've gotten some tattoo guns, and I have replaced self-harm with tattooing. So every time I'm feeling certain urges, I will grab out my tattoo guns, and, you know, majority of the time, by the time I've set up the guns and, you know, pulled all the inks out and all that, the urges have passed. So, you know, it's something I've talked to a lot of people about as this concept of, you know, socially acceptable self-harm. A lot of people that get tattoos enjoy getting tattoos. And this is what you're doing here, Sagittarius, with this sabotage and the temptation. There's something that you're tempted to do, that something is tempting you. And it's kind of like, your temptation is to, this is the urge. This is the urge. You've got this urge to do something, or spend time with somebody that that they're not good for you. And it's kind of a form of self-sabotage, because it's kind of, you need to ask yourself, why are you avoiding the healthy option? All right. So I do feel that for a lot of you, this is to do with an actual person, that you're tempted to, follow a certain cycle, or go towards a certain type of person, even though that's not what you are in line with what you actually want. It's your way of being like, because at the bottom of it all, it's this feeling of, I don't deserve the healthy option. The person that I know is going to be good for me, and be the person that I want them, the situation that I want, that I'm looking for here. Hang on, I understand this energy. I understand that. I've had that before. I've dealt with that type of person before. I know how to deal with that. Whereas the healthy option, that's scary, because that's brand new energy, that you've never dealt with someone that treats you in a healthy kind of way. You haven't dealt with a healthy option before when it comes to love and romance, or whatever this is for you specifically here. But that's kind of what I'm picking up on, that for a lot of you, that you're sabotaging yourself by choosing the things that are not good for you. It's kind of like, I'm going to follow that temptation of eating chocolate, even though I know that, I've been trying to lose, trying to eat healthily and lose weight, and but I feel like crap today. So I'm just going to go and eat that chocolate anyway, even though it goes against, what I'm trying to do. You're finding these excuses to go for the temptation and fall for the temptation, rather than facing the healthy choice, which leads you somewhere that's uncomfortable because of its healthiness for your life. Okay, so I know that that's a bit like, I know I sound like just like a bunch of word vomit right now, but I hope that kind of makes sense for what I mean here, with your specific situation. Okay, Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know in regard to their shadow work? Okay, so we have the feminine coming through first. That has come through with the mice energy. Okay, so this is something stressing you out emotionally. You're trying to nurture. This is that. This is that shying away from nurturing the healthy. You're kind of like, in the past, this has happened, and I know how to deal with whatever's happened in the past. I know how to deal with stress. I know how to deal with loss, and you're kind of ready to go and follow that temptation to repeat those cycles, because you know how that goes. But you're avoiding the nurturing energy. You're avoiding, the energy that doesn't steal your energy here, Sagittarius. So it's asking you to really face these issues, and we do have the bridge here as well. So it's asking you to cross over that bridge, to the healthy. All right, cross over that bridge to the healthy. The grass is greener on the other side of that bridge. All right, you need to cross that bridge, go to the greener grass, burn that bridge behind you. Okay, this is asking you to burn out this past energy here, these losses that you've suffered, the stress that you've been, allowed yourself to be in, the things that have eaten away at you and whatnot in the past here. This energy of, I'm going to be emotional rather than nurture the positive things. I'm just going to, deal with the things I can deal with at the time. And even though I know that this is going to be an emotional roller coaster, I'm just going to ride that because I know how that goes. Whereas, this new path. I don't know where that leads me, but it's asking you to cross that bridge and burn that bridge behind you. Even if you don't know what's on the other side of that bridge, you're being asked to take the chance to cross over this giant chasm and see what is on the other side for you here. Avoid the temptation to look down. Don't look down. Don't leave that bridge just in case. No, burn that bridge behind you, because all that bridge is doing is sabotaging yourself. You're sabotaging yourself by following that energy. All right, but we'll have a look at your Spirit of the Animal card as well. Sagittarius. Shadow work for our Sagittarians. The Eagle, which is all about mastery. Yeah, you are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. So once again, fly on over that bridge, fly on over that chasm and burn that bridge behind you. Let go of the past and soar. Allow yourself to, fly into healthy options rather than, self-sabotaging and going back to things that you've experienced already. If the temptation is that to follow those things that you've done already, because, better the devil says Sagittarius, but in this case you're being asked to find a new devil. You don't know whether this next person is going to be a new devil, or whether they, same energy, different face, or you don't know. This could actually be the healthiest thing you've ever had in your life, and you can, once you get over the other side and that grass is greener, and you're kind of like, why on earth did I stay over the other side of that bridge for so long and hold myself back in that energy there? Okay, so that's what we've got for you, Sagittarius. You are more than welcome to check your other placements. Leave me a comment and you'll go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. But we'll move on over to our Capricorns. Okay, Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know for their shadow work? Shadow work for Capricorn. Okay, I'm just going to grab a drink as well. Don't mind me, Capricorn. Oh, that is going cold. Okay, we have courage, Capricorn. Being asked to stand up strong, find the courage to face some stuff here, Capricorn. Especially when it comes to rejection. Okay, so I'm kind of getting that this is going both ways as well, Capricorn, that there's some rejection that you have, been on the receiving end of in the past, and you are needing to, have the courage to stand tall and say to yourself, yes, I was rejected. No, this does not have a hold on me anymore. You need to take control of this and have the courage to face the fact that you may have been rejected in the past. A lot of us have rejection issues, not gonna lie. I was actually very open and honest with Sagittarius, and I'm a Capricorn as well. I'll be very, very open and honest with you, Capricorn. There is something called rejection sensitive dysmorphia. Ask me how I know. A lot of times when we have neurodivergencies and things like that, we are very, very sensitive to rejection, and we may not act in the best way. We also, the flip of the coin that I am picking up on here as well, Capricorn, you need to have the courage to reject people as well. This is you needing to have the courage to be the rejecter as well here. I know it's hard when you've been someone who's suffered rejection and knows how, hard that is to be rejected, and then you have to reject somebody else. oof, you don't want to do that. You kind of want to be a people pleaser, and just, it's hard. Not going to lie. You need to stand up and have the courage to reject things from your life that you don't want in your life. Stand up and say no. And that I don't want that in my life. I don't want you in my life if that's the case. And also standing tall and firm and accepting that, you know, this person or this thing, they may not want me in their life. And you know what? I have the courage to face that as well. Okay. Like, oh, it's just the lighting. I have a giant pimple coming up there. It's horrible. Okay. I'm on a tangent today, guys. Capricorn. Capricorn. Shadow work for our Capricorns. Shadow work for Capricorn. Yeah, so straight up we have the ring and then the whip. Okay, so this is conflict in relationships, tension, drama, self-punishment, that beating yourself up kind of energy, having fights within relationships. Once again, having the courage to accept sometimes there is, sometimes a conflict, a drama in a relationship means that you need to reject that relationship. That, if you're beating yourself up about being rejected, it's standing up and having the courage to accept the rejection and not take that personally. It may, especially when you're rejected, it's not, you don't have to beat yourself up that you couldn't make that relationship work. A lot of the time, it's the other person and they can't handle that connection in the way that you perceive that connection. So there's multiple ways to look at a connection and look at a rejection. You don't have to take it all upon yourself, Capricorn. It's not all your fault, Capricorn. All the trouble in relationships, it's not always your fault. Sometimes it is, yeah, standing up, having the courage to take responsibility for our own actions and our own behaviors in connections. But, it's not always your fault. And the more that you're taking that on board in a, beating yourself up kind of energy, you're not actually learning. You're just sitting there and beating yourself up about it and feeling guilty and shameful and whatever. You're not actually learning the lessons, taking the wisdom from that experience, which is what we're sort of seeing here. We have the rider and then the well. Okay, so the rider does talk about, good news on the way. So I feel like for a lot of you, I'm getting two messages here. I'm getting two messages. So I will clarify this in a moment, but for that second message. But the first message I'm getting is that this is you needing to get back on that horse, dive deep within yourself. Have the courage to dive down to the bottom of this well and face yourself, talk to yourself, communicate with yourself, take quick action to, dive deeper down into your emotions, dive past this inner conflict, this beating yourself up, dive past that. What is at the bottom of the well? What can be found? What can you bring up to the surface to actually learn the lessons from this here? What's actually being brought up to the surface. For others of you though, this is something else. And it's not feeling shadow worky. It's just feeling like a separate message altogether. That there's good news on the way. It's something's being brought to the surface. It's going to, bring all your emotions to the surface. Whatever this good news is, it's going to bring all your emotions to the surface. For those Capricorns where that is not a shadow work message attached to the rider and the well, please clarify that message. What is that message, please? We have the stork and the cross. A new beginning. There's a new beginning on the way. Having faith, releasing burdens, stirring up stirring up the burdens that you're carrying. Once again, I'm getting the cross message again. So yeah, you're stirring up burdens that you've been carrying, talking to yourself honestly, about the burdens that you've been carrying here emotionally, with this inner conflict in regards to rejections. But this other message, there's some sort of news on the way that's really going to stir you up and stir up your faith, stir up destiny. For some of you, there's a pregnancy connected to that, pregnancy coming to light. Or maybe not an actual pregnancy, but like something to do with faith in a pregnancy, or faith that there is going to be a pregnancy, or something like that. Who exactly is bringing Capricorn this message? Who is bringing Capricorn this message, please? Got time. Time will tell. Capricorn. So for a lot of you, it's within yourself somehow. Something getting stirred up within you. It's the way things were supposed to happen. With that cross there, it's like this is stirring up your spiritual self, your religious beliefs, your beliefs in yourself. Something getting stirred up, and there's definitely some sort of news incoming, showing you a little bit more about that. So random. That was coming through separately, but it's coming through pretty strong. So I have to share that with you. Okay, Capricorn, get you a Spirit of the Animals Oracle. Capricorn, shadow work for our Capricorns, please. Humpback Whale, the singer. Sing healing songs for the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goals. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. That feels really deep, Capricorn. That's singing the song of your soul. It says sing healing songs for the world. But this is like your inner motivation and your inner, your inner guidance is wanting to sing your soul to the world, share your spirit. There's a strong spiritual message with that as well. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goals. Align with your purpose and the power of your soul. Okay, so that's what we have for you, Capricorn. What a beautiful kind of message at the end there. But, obviously we're needing to look at this rejection issue. You may have some sensitivities, but, have the courage to stand strong and firm and face those issues within yourself, Capricorn. Once again, your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goals. You're a Capricorn, so if you put it in your mind to face this ish, you can face this ish and deal with that and move on from that and learn your lessons, all right? But you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment if you want to go in the draw for a free personal reading. I'm just going to take a short break and then we'll move on to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius. Aquarius, what does Aquarius need to know in regard to shadow work? Shadow work for Aquarius. Okay, so these two actually came out directly together. Okay, normally I have been picking two separately, but these two actually wanted to come out as one. So we do have procrastination, and we also have soulmate. All right, so obviously there's some sort of procrastination directly involving a soulmate connection. And it's the procrastination that's obviously important here, whether that be procrastination about you know who this soulmate energy is, and you're procrastinating about doing something about it, or your procrastination is more to do with taking steps towards finding a soulmate, or there's a few different things that could be here, Aquarius, but there is definitely some sort of procrastination. So you're holding back, you're stopping yourself from making moves towards someone, even if it's not an actual person in this soulmate energy. It's this energy of what you want in a soulmate. I feel like for a lot of you, this is you telling yourself that there's no such thing as soulmates, telling yourself, I'm focusing on this or this or this, instead of, that soulmate connection. You're not focusing on soulmate energy. You're procrastinating about, even asking the universe, can I have a soulmate, please? Oh, that sounded bizarre in my head. Okay, Aquarius. What's going on for Aquarius with their shadow work? What does Aquarius need to know about their shadow work? Shadow work for Aquarius. Okay, so we do see the whip in the middle of the cards we've got here for you. So, the whip is about trouble, tension, conflict, drama, beating yourself up sort of energy. And what I'm seeing here, that is the stork coming out first. So this is that, the stork does talk about the idea generation type of stuff. It's something in gestational periods. So it is a pregnancy card. So it is gestational period. So where we're coming up with the idea, rather than actually, so for a lot of you, this is not necessarily taking actual steps to find a soulmate, to do something, towards your soulmate. This is more to do with the idea of the soulmate, the procrastinating about, even allowing yourself to come up with an idea of what your soulmate would look like for you. The stork really does stir things up, and what's being stirred up within you because of this procrastination is this, beating yourself up kind of energy. So you're feeling as though you don't deserve a soulmate. You all love brings me is trouble. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's soulmate as in love, romantic love. This soulmates, can be, multiple aspects here. And you're kind of in conflict about that energy, just full stop. You're not trying to pursue the idea of a soulmate for yourself. You're, in conflict with yourself about, do I even believe in a soulmate? Do I even believe this person is a soulmate to me? You are sort of causing yourself more trouble than good with that whip there. You're all this energy that you're stirring up within yourself is leaving you more troubled than this procrastination is actually stirring up trouble for you, rather than, actually having any actual purpose. So it does feel as though it's time to face the idea of a soulmate and face what you would want in a soulmate. Face, what sort of soulmates would you want in your life? Do you want a friend soulmate? Do you want a love soulmate? All that sort of stuff coming to the surface here. It's time to stop procrastinating and time to actually come up with these ideas of what this is all about for you here, Aquarius. We do see the bridge coming out as well. So it's time to cross that bridge. It's time to, cross this chasm within you and face what's on the other side of that bridge, even if you don't know what's exactly over there. That's why you're needing to embrace that stork energy and stir up those ideas of what possibly could be on the other side, and not just in a negative way, of course, in a positive way. Imagine if I could meet this sort of a person, that sort of a person, and really needing to actually cross that bridge. With that bridge showing up, it does feel as though there's something coming up very, very soon for you here, Aquarius, where it's kind of like you either need to cross that bridge or you're going to fall down. You're going to fall into the valley below. And lose your opportunity to have this soulmate energy for yourself here. So it's like, because I'm hearing, you got to cross that bridge when you get to it, and you're about to get to that bridge where you need to make a decision about what you want to see on the other side of that bridge, and what's on the other side of that bridge. There's some sort of soulmate energy there, and you're needing to sort of actively, come up with ideas on what is acceptable on the other side of that bridge and what is not. Really needing to open up to the idea of hang on, there may be a soulmate in this lifetime for me. All right, but very interesting. It feels like there is something else under the surface there, but can I just get one more for Aquarius? One more for Aquarius. Is there any other shadow work aspects Aquarius needs to be aware of? The heart. Okay, the heart. So it's not necessarily anything else, but you need to open up to love. Stop procrastinating and cross that bridge towards love. And, stop fighting it. Stop fighting with the idea that this is not something that's going to come up for you, because, that bridge is nearly there for you to start to, have to cross that bridge. You need to face that. Are you going to shy away from love forever, or could you actually have love and have love in the way that you would want it? So really the first steps for you here are to work out exactly what love is to you, and what you want in love. You need to stop finding excuses to focus on other things, and actually focus on love for a little while, okay? But we'll grab one of the Spirit of the Animal Oracle for you as well. Okay, shadow work for Aquarius. Shadow work for Aquarius. Pronghorn. All about action. Stop procrastinating. Start taking action. Now is the time to act. Opportunities are here. Move forward with confidence. Your talents will always help you land on the pinnacle. Your quick wit and keen senses will lead you to success. Okay, so the time to act is now, Aquarius. Stop procrastinating and telling yourself that you don't need to, consider any soulmate, consider love energy, because that bridge is almost at your doorstep. All right, it's time to get moving. Okay, but you're more than welcome to check your other placements. Leave me a comment and you will go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. And we'll move on to Pisces. Okay, Pisces. What does Pisces need to know in regard to shadow work? Shadow work for Pisces. Some of you may be on the cusp of Aquarius. I did just get one of these cards for Aquarius. Firstly, we've got take off your mask. If you're not on the cusp of Aquarius, this person may have a strong Aquarius, because we have the soulmate card coming through. Now, for Aquarius, that was definitely in regard to love, but I do want to say, that soulmate energy can be a lot more than just romantic love. It can be friends, family, those soulmates that we know that person is supposed to be in our life. But we do see here, Pisces, that there is soulmate energy around you at the moment, and you're needing to face something in regard to that soulmate energy. It's coming through in a shadow work reading, and we are seeing the take off your mask as well. So this is asking you, what are you hiding from? What are you hiding behind? Especially when it comes to soulmate energy. I feel like a lot of you here are saying, I don't want a soulmate. I don't want a soulmate. I've met my soulmates, and they're, that's good enough for me. There's nothing else out there for me. There's no other soulmates. Some of you may have some close soulmate connections already. I'm kind of picking up on here, but and for some of you, that mask energy is that you're hiding something from your soulmate. So and I am feeling though that soulmate that's currently in existence in your life is more along the lines of platonic. So like a friend or a family member or someone you work with, or but you're hiding something from them. You're hiding a part of yourself from this person, and the universe is wanting to know why, and asking you to take off that mask and show this person that side of yourself, show this person the truth about who you really are. um, if they're your true soulmate, they'll understand. They'll soulmates, sometimes it can be a bit but it's like, at the end of the day, they're your soulmate, so they're going to be a part of your life, one way or another. And that's part of the connection, is to know the deeper sides of each other, as well as the positive. I'm just getting this very interesting energy here, Pisces, that you are hiding something, or that you are hiding a part of yourself, that and it could be from yourself as well. You're putting on this mask of, I don't want a soulmate, I don't need a soulmate, I'm my own soulmate. I don't, I'm just getting a Pisces here, very you're hiding that fact from yourself as well, that it's coming through. All right, we'll move into the Lenormand and see what that wants to add into the situation. Okay, shadow work for our Pisces. Shadow work for our Pisces. Okay, so I just want to point out too that the mask that she's holding in this card here, it is like to me, that's more along the lines of bear energy, that it's about protecting yourself, that you're trying to protect yourself. You're telling it, like, and it is a little bit foxy as well. So it's like trying to protect yourself and tell yourself what you think you want to hear. Tell yourself what you think is going to protect you from negative. But ultimately, it's not, because, you're needing to face that, and you're needing to really look at this issue of soulmate within yourself. Definitely here, because firstly, I have the book, but then I actually have the mask. Okay, so this is the mask in this deck as well. So it's a very similar energy to that take off your mask. There's something being hidden from you. You're hiding it from yourself. You're hiding it from the people around you. And, once again, it's we have the anchor as well. So you are doing that to try to, protect yourself and hold yourself steady through the storms, and trying to keep yourself secure and safe, in energy that you can sort of trust and depend on. But what it's actually doing is it's holding you stuck, and it's stopping you from, being able to move forwards. And just try with that book here. It's for some of you, you need to learn more about yourself here, to learn more about what it is that you're actually hiding from yourself here, because some of you, there is something to do here with needing to research yourself deeper, research your own life, even looking back through the story of your life, and taking notice of things in a different way of okay, do I do this to cover up my true feelings about that? There's a bit of research that to find the knowledge about yourself, find the knowledge of this mask that you wear. Because it's that mask, when we see the mask energy, it's that energy of, oh, everything's fine, I'm fine, everything's great, I'm fine. But under the surface, you're like turmoil, emotional turmoil. There's a lot going on you're hiding from, and you're not showing people. So firstly, I do kind of want to ask you here, Pisces, are you hiding from yourself or are you hiding this from others? So that'll be your first thing to sort of face is are you hiding aspects of yourself or your own truth from the people around you, or are you hiding from yourself? Are you hiding parts of yourself from yourself? So it's going to be different for different people within the collective. But we also have, with the book, we do see, new chapters opening up, the next chapters being unfolding for you here. But there's this strong, you have the power, Pisces. You can write your story however you want it to. But if you don't take off that mask, you're writing a book of fiction, all right? You're not writing your own true story here. You're writing a narrative that is what you wish that it would be, not what is actually your life. If that kind of makes sense. Like, it's this energy of, you're trying to write your autobiography and you're trying to put down in words everything that has happened in your life, everything that is going to happen in your life from here on. But are you writing a fairy tale or are you writing an actual autobiography? It is kind of what I'm feeling that you need to ask yourself here, and take off that mask, take off the things that are, making this a fairy tale. Are you telling yourself that, oh, I had a wonderful childhood? Just as an example, okay? Are you telling yourself, I look back through the story of my life and I had a fantastic childhood, everything was great? Or is that actually masking a truth? Is there a truth behind that you don't want to face? That, hang on, maybe it wasn't all, flowers and roses and puppies. Maybe there was some stuff that wasn't perfect. You need to ask yourself, why are you making up the fairy tale instead of writing the autobiography? You're falling into fairy tales rather than the full reality here. I kind of feel with that. And especially when it comes to, we do have that soulmate card as well. So you're kind of writing this fairy tale about what you want your soulmate to be, but are you writing that in a realistic kind of way, or are you writing that as a fairy tale? Like, I'm waiting for Prince Charming, and I've never met Prince Charming, so, I don't have a soulmate. There's something about all that as well. So you're kind of holding yourself stuck, and you're not going to get any movement until you face this stuff, all right? And I keep getting this phrase of, stopping the fairy tale and moving forward in reality, like researching the story of Pisces from a very realistic perspective, and researching, what a soulmate looks like in your life in a realistic perspective, not in a fairy tale perspective. There's princes don't exist the way they exist in fairy tales. Because and even if they did, would you want to put up with the rest of the fairy tale? Because you think about some of the fairy tales, right? Like Rapunzel. Yeah, she ended up meeting her prince, her Prince Charming at the end of it. But what did she have to go through to get there? She was locked away in a tower for 20 years or whatever, So that's not reality. And you don't want to sort of be locking away in a tower for 20 years just to meet Prince Charming. There's just something unrealistic about the way that you're looking at soulmates. And Disney princesses are not reality. And you need to cut away the things that are just fairy tale for you here, Pisces, and take off that mask, because you're not. It's kind of like you're only seeing the fairy tale ending. You're not seeing, hang on, Rapunzel had to be locked away in a tower for, however long. So that's the mask that you're putting up. You're putting up this mask of, oh, Rapunzel, no, everything was lovely. She was a princess. Everything was great. She had a great life. And then she met Prince Charming. But that's not the truth of the story. All right. So this is what I'm kind of getting here, Pisces. So, I feel as though that sort of is what's going on here. But we'll grab you your Spirit of the Animal Oracle as well. Okay. Shadow work for our Pisces. Shadow work for Pisces. The Ram. Perseverance. That's the Aries card as well. So, we have clinked in with Aries and Aquarius with your reading today. So you maybe have strong placements in one of those, or your soulmate has strong placements in one of those. Perseverance. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up, and good luck will follow. Okay, so I'm getting Capricorn energy from that as well, just from the wording there. But typically the Ram is Aries, so they've kind of twisted themselves up, I think, here with this deck. But perseverance. It's all about never giving up. Don't stop believing in yourself here, Pisces. Don't stop believing that you can have that soulmate. You just need to, don't stop believing in the end result of the fairy tale. Believe in yourself in being able to remove the facets of the fairy tale that are not realistic for you, okay? So bit of a random one there for you, Pisces, but that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. All right, leave a comment on one of my videos and you go in the draw for a free personal reading. But we will move on to Aries. Okay, Aries, how are we? Doing our shadow work readings today. Okay, Aries. Shadow work for Aries. Discover your life purpose, Aries. So there's a deeper meaning to be discovered by you at the moment, Aries. There's something I feel like with that, discover your true purpose. I feel as though you're denying part of your purpose here, that you deep down you know pardon, deep down you know that there is something that you need to do, something that is part of your soul's journey in this lifetime, and you're not doing it. You're not following that. You're not allowing that to come to light within yourself here. You're allowing that to be, uncharted, undiscovered. We also have say what you mean. So there's something here about you not communicating as well. All right. So say what you mean. It's either talking about you, the way that you're communicating. It's not, you're not actually just outright saying, I feel this, I think this. Some of you may be, trying to come around things, from an alternate way and saying things that you're trying to, have that innuendo of what you mean, but you're not outright saying, this is what I believe. Whereas others of you are not saying anything at all. There's something that you need to communicate, but you're not communicating. I'm just getting this energy of you avoiding these things, avoiding saying, avoiding this communication and avoiding, this is part of your purpose, that you need to say this to someone, or you need to, be clear about what it is that you want to do with yourself, with your life, with love, with your family, with your work, your it's like deep down, but you're not facing that, and you're not bringing that to the surface, and you're not saying what you truly mean. You're kind of circumventing that. But we'll go into a bit of clarity here. Okay. I just had the sun flip as well. I should have pulled it out, but the sun is all about, bringing things to the surface, and, bringing things to light within yourself, facing the brightness of the truth, and happiness. It's a very happiness energy as well. So I feel as though there's something about you're telling yourself, oh, I'm happy, but you're not. Like, you're hiding from the happiness. You're not, you're saying, oh, I'm happy, but you're not truly saying what you mean. You're kind of like, I'm happy, but, or I could be happy if. There's something you're avoiding there as well, but we'll go through. Okay. Shadow work for Aries. Shadow work for Aries, please. What is this in regard to? What is this in regard to for Aries, please? We have the compass. Okay, so this is very similar to discover your purpose. You need, this is kind of what you need to face. You need to face your true north. There is something that you know deep within you that is your purpose. That is your true north. That is where your intuition is trying to guide you. That's the direction that you want to go. And for some reason you're just sitting here spinning wildly, and you're not actually heading north. You're heading every direction but north, trying to tell yourself, I don't want to go north, but north is your true purpose. North is your true direction. Especially here with the snake energy. You're deceiving yourself. You're telling yourself, I don't want to go north. Once again, say what you mean. You're saying, I don't want to go north, but that is not what you mean. What you actually mean is, I'm scared to go north. Oh, that hit, Aries. I'm sorry, but that hit. That's what this is. You're scared to go north. You're scared to go towards your true purpose here. There's something that you're afraid of. If you show what you're truly passionate about, if you stop deceiving yourself about what it is that you're truly passionate about, where your true desires lay, you're scared that you're not going to get those desires met. You're not going to reach north. That's biting. Oh, Aries, that is biting. Like, oh, sometimes when I say something, because the way that I read, right, a lot of the time with my intuitive stuff, I don't know what I'm going to say until it comes out. And then sometimes when I am, I get a few things, right, that point me to accuracy. Within my own self, so I know when I'm saying something that is accurate. And one of the things I get sometimes is like this. It's like a pinch or a little bite, like on my energy, or on my, sometimes it feels like it's like on my insides. It's like a little bite on my energy, like oof, like, oh, that bite, like that's what I'm talking about. That bites. Okay, that's. There's something about what I've just said that it is like, oh, it's confronting, but it's confronting because it's true. Sorry. Sorry. We also have the well here, Aries. This is, asking you to dig down deep within yourself. Go deeper. Go deeper. Go deeper and face that stuff deep down within yourself and bring it up to the surface, out into the light. You can see here the bucket sitting in the sunshine. So as I mentioned, I saw that sun when I was shuffling, kind of flipped out while I was shuffling. You need to bring this up to the surface of yourself and face this stuff. Bring it to light within yourself and face it, because this is your part of your true purpose in this world, is to, stop lying to yourself. Sorry if this is coming through really confronting, but, you need to stop lying to yourself about this stuff and about where your intuition is trying to push you here. Dig deeper, because why are you hiding from that? What is it about that makes you fearful? What's bringing that fear to the surface instead of the passion and the desire? Pardon. When I've asked what aspect of your life is this, we have the lily. Okay, so this is something to do with, whatever this thing is for you here that we're trying to bring to the surface for you, Aries. You're part of your purpose here. This is part of your purpose for sure. The lily talks about, it's that energy of when you're in your deathbed, what do you want around you? Who do you want around you? What do you want to have achieved in your life? That's what this is. It's something that every time you think about, I can't pass from this life until I've done this, until I've said this to someone, until I've had this, at the end of my life, I want this person to be holding my hand. It's about that longevity. It's about stuff that you want in your life long term, changes that you want made in your life long term. And this, a lot of the time, this is emotional intimacy as well. So, it's deep down. It's that stuff, those deep desires, deep down inside of you. That's what this is for you here, Aries. It's got to do with, when you envision yourself on your deathbed, 30, 40, 50 years from now, what do you want to be able to say that you have achieved? Who do you want standing by your side? That's what this is about. And you need to start, being honest with yourself, facing this stuff. This is part of your true purpose on this earth. All right, to head in that direction. We have the compass there, and that's your true desires. They lay in that direction, and for some reason you're deceiving yourself about that you even want to go in that direction. But deep down, you do. So I'm an Aries moon too, and your moon sign's super strong during the moon and full moons. So I'm not just going off at you here, Aries. This is, I'm taking this on board as well. This is, obviously something I need to listen to as well. Okay. Aries, shadow work for Aries, please. Shadow work. Whoop. Yeah. The Loon, which is all about intuitive. Listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and you are loved. Listen to the song of your soul. Trust your intuition as you have this knowing deep down within you, Aries. You know what this is. This is your true north. And for some reason, you're telling yourself it's not. You're fighting your intuition here. Okay, so, and the hidden energy on the bottom of the deck, destiny. It's all part of your destiny, baby. Sorry, Aries, but sorry if that was confronting, but it is what it is, but that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements. I haven't quite I've gone off at a few signs with the confronting stuff, but you've probably copped it the most so far, Aries. So I'm sorry. But like I said, when I'm doing these confronting reads, a lot of the time it hits the hardest on the signs that are closest to me as well. So, and I feel like Aries, you guys are so passionate and usually so disciplined that you can probably take it a lot better than some of the other signs. And this is, in Aries season, this full moon. So of course, this full moon is going to be very impactful for you and bring up some ish. All right. So that's what we have. Leave me a comment if you want to go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. We'll move on to Taurus. How are we, Taurus? Okay, looking at shadow work today. Shadow work for Taurus. Shadow work for our Taurus crew. What does Taurus need to know for their shadow work? I don't know, I was getting like a very posh kind of classy vibe then, Taurus. I don't know what that was all about. Wow, I've had this for a few signs today. So both Aquarius and Pisces have both had this card, and now you as well. So you or someone in your life may have a strong placement in Aquarius or Pisces. We do have the soulmate card. We also have alchemy for you, Taurus. So this is all about, the magic that you create. Okay, soulmate energy. A soulmate, soulmate doesn't necessarily mean that it's love and romance, although it very well could be, of course. But soulmate energy definitely could be talking about friends, family, co-workers, something that you are destined to have mated to your soul, basically. Have marriage with your union with you and your soul. So sometimes your soulmate can even be part, yourself. Something I say sometimes is, your soulmate can always be money, right? If you're not interested in love and romance, you can always have a soulmate of money. Although I don't feel like that's what this is for you, Taurus. But we do have that alchemy card, which is all about the magic within you and your ability to turn, crap into gold, and you have this alchemy within you where it's kind of like things transforming as well. So for a lot of you, there's something about this soulmate bond being transformative or developing. All right, so I'm getting given the example of somebody that you may have been in a connection with as platonic friends, and all of a sudden you're kind of realizing that there's something more developing between you and this person. You may already be in a love connection with somebody, and it continues to deepen and it evolve, and the magic just gets more and more and more, and it's kind of like you've just created this pot of gold with this connection and this person. This is really asking you to, find the magic within yourself here, Taurus, that, you have this ability to turn things into what you want them to be. So if there is, if you're trying to manifest a soulmate, you definitely have the potential ability here, Taurus. And this is coming through in a shadow work reading. So it's asking you, why do you not believe that? Why are you not believing in your own abilities to manifest a soulmate, your own abilities to, really turn this into something magical for yourself here? Taurus, shadow work for Taurus. Firstly, we have the clouds and then the mask energy, Taurus. So the clouds is all about, you overthinking things, you trying to think things through too rationally, too logically, and it's leading you to confuse the hell out of yourself and, clouding your judgment and you're trying to, think things through very logically and put on this, this logical mask over everything. But at the end of the day, when I see this sort of energy, it's letting me know that this is masking what is the opposite to rational and logical. What is opposite to the brain and operating from your brain space. this is what you're kind of masking your heart, your emotions, with trying to be logical, trying to think everything through, trying to, have sort of rational control over things, and you're really masking the emotional nurturing side of yourself by doing so, and that's leading you into confusion and clouding your own judgment, making yourself more likely to see the negative outcomes only, and have this, because what happens with this sort of energy is the clouds actually mask the truth. Eventually they confuse the truth, and what happens is all of a sudden you're only able to see the potential negative outcomes, and you stop seeing the potential positive outcomes, because there's no, sometimes there's no logic in love, sometimes there's no logic in feelings, sometimes they're totally illogical, and if you're trying to put logic and rationality on everything, you're confusing things, and you're masking things with that logic and that rationality, and what you're masking here is this magic within you that's coming from emotions, heart space, love for yourself, for the people around you, for this person. We do also have the stars here as well. So, there's a big, reason to hope here and have those optimistic thoughts. Stop, lower that mask of trying to look at everything from a logical standpoint, and you will actually start to see your true desires, especially those dreams and true desires will actually start to manifest. If you're not doing that, if you're not allowing that transformative alchemy energy to come through, you're never going to get to these stars. You're never going to be able to reach the stars, because you're going to be constantly trapped down here in the mask energy. All right, so have hope and optimism that you can, remove the mask that you're wearing here, and totally transform all this stuff into seeing your dreams come true, seeing your wishes fulfilled here. All right, so pretty straightforward there, Taurus, but we'll get your Spirit of the Animal Oracle as well. Okay, shadow work for Taurus. Pronghorn. It's all about action. Okay, now is the time to act. Opportunities are here. Move forward with confidence. Your talents will always help you land on the pinnacle. Your quick wit and keen senses will lead you to success. So taking action to remove the mask that is hiding your true desires and allow those transformations to occur. You here really do hold the magic, and you're able to take action towards transforming things into the soulmate dreams that you want fulfilled here. You are the one who's able to take action and turn a rock into a star. All right, so you are the one in the control seat here, Taurus. You really can take control here and turn everything into gold for yourself at the moment, and you need to start to believe it and take actions towards it as well. All right, so that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, especially like I mentioned, if we're looking at strong Aquarius or Pisces placements. They both did come through with that soulmate card as well. And I believe Pisces also had the mask energy as well. So definitely maybe Pisces for you guys there as well. But, leave a comment on one of my videos and you'll go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. I'm just going to take a short break, and then we're going to move on to Gemini. Okay, so moving on to Gemini. How are we, Gemini? Just doing your shadow work reading. Shadow work for Gemini. Shadow work for Gemini, please. Okay, very interesting, Gemini. I do have the Dreams card coming through, as well as Say What You Mean. All right, so I did have this come through for Aries as well. So if you do have strong Aries placements, you may want to check that one as well. But what we're seeing here with the dreams and the saying what you mean. Okay, so for some of you, there's this impact of actual dreams that there's something your dreams are trying to tell you that is something deep within yourself that you're not sort of facing here. That there's an aspect that something that's happening in your actual dreams that are trying to tell you the truth of a situation or the truth of something going on within you yourself. With that say what you mean energy, the say what you mean energy a lot of the time is, that you're not, like, it's kind of that energy of, oh, everything is fine, everything is fine, everything is fine. But deep down, there's a lot more going on here that you're not actually admitting the truth kind of energy. And I am getting that for others of you, it's not your actual dreams. It's like those the dreams that you have about where you want to go in life. Your desires, the things that you want to see happen for you in your life. The dreams and desires that you have, and you're not admitting those to yourself. You're not saying what you actually mean. You're kind of skirting the issue here and not being totally truthful and honest with yourself, not actually communicating clearly, this is what I desire, this is what I'm dreaming about, this is what I want for myself. There's a miscommunication with that particular card, that whether that is you're not communicating that to yourself, or you're not communicating clearly with others around you. There's just a miscommunication going on here. But we'll have a look into the lenormand. Okay, shadow work for Gemini. Shadow work for Gemini, please. Okay. So we have the ring first and foremost here, Gemini. So is this an actual relationship, or is this a cycle or a pattern that you have experienced in your life? I'm kind of getting both. So for some of you, it's specifically a relationship, and for others of you, it's more to do with a pattern or a cycle that you've found yourself in, that you're not. You're with that dreams energy. I'm kind of getting this energy of, this is a relationship that you truly deep down desire, that you're not being honest with yourself, that you desire this relationship. This is something where you desire, you're dreaming of breaking a certain pattern or a certain cycle in your life, and you're kind of not being honest with yourself about that, because we do have these two actually came out together. And we've got the clouds and the mouse energy there. And so the things that these cards actually both have in common are very heavy. They both have, confusion, stress, anxiety in common. They both have things that your mind cannot escape the thought of. Okay, so with the mice, we see, the mice nibble away at you. They're sitting in the back of your brain, eating away at you constantly. The clouds do the same thing. It's the thoughts that you're revolving around in your head constantly. You're overthinking this stuff. For some of you, there may be an impact here with the mice energy from the past, something that this may have, for some of you, this may have to do with a relationship that you feel like you've lost, a pattern that you thought that you can't have, like a cycle that you thought you had lost or had been taken from you, the ability to connect to that cycle, and you're kind of overthinking it with that clouds energy. Definitely a lot of overthinking and stress in the back of your mind about this particular issue. The clouds do create a lot of confusion and anxiety as well, with the way that you're thinking about things. You're kind of overthinking and allowing the stress to take hold and lead you to, confusion and clouded judgment, and only seeing the negative outcomes and potential rather than the positive potential here. And we do also have the bridge coming through as well. So the bridge is it's literally a very bridging kind of energy, where it's asking you to, walk across the bridge as they come up. Every time you encounter a bridge, to walk across it and go over to the other side of that. So it is asking you to, really kind of face what's on the other side of this bridge for yourself, because your dreams are getting confused because you're being dishonest with yourself about what they really even are, especially for those of you where it's a relationship, okay? Because this definitely could be a relationship from the past for some of you there with that mouse energy, and it's kind of asking you to bridge the gap between, what's going on in your head and all these things going around in your head. Bridge that gap by saying what you mean, and not being afraid to dream big and actually, face your true desires about this. Okay, so and once we cross that bridge, we drop, we cut the rope and let that bridge fall, wherever it may. And the grass is always greener on the other side, sort of energy, that as long as you're crossing those bridges, there's no need to fear the fall. That as long as you're, confidently walking across to the other side, you're not going to fall off this bridge. There's a lot of fear that are making you sort of look down, but that's why you're not saying what you mean, because you're fearful of falling off. You're fearful of not getting to the other side. But it's all about standing confidently and, being honest with yourself and standing up and standing up for what you mean and what you truly desire here, and just sort of, walking. Just keep on walking, and you'll get to the other side of that bridge. Very interesting. It definitely can be in regards to a lot of aspects of your life here, your relationship with your dreams and desires, your relationship with yourself. But I do strongly feel that for quite a lot of you, this has got to do with an actual relationship in your life, and you're kind of overthinking it and not just being honest and upfront and saying what you truly mean, not truly saying what you truly desire here. We do have the Black Jaguar, which is all about it's old soul. Walk through life with confidence and grace. So like I was saying, walk across those bridges with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. So, we're getting that reference once again to, focusing on what you really want, and that you can create your own dreams here. So your dreams can become reality here for you. It's just a matter of, crossing those bridges when we come to them, and being very honest and open and upfront, and saying what you truly mean, and really, really saying what you truly mean about what you desire and dream about, what your dreams, are telling you here. That you want for yourself, all right? But you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment if you want to go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. But we will move on over to Cancer. Hey, Cancer, how are we? All right, Cancer, shadow work for our Cancers. What does Cancer need to know for their shadow work, please? Cancer, shadow work for Cancer. Ooh. So we do have one of these cards I did actually pull for Capricorn. So if you do have strong placements in Capricorn, or you're dealing with a Capricorn, there may be something for you in that reading as well. But it is already, coming through a little bit differently here. We do have entrapment We also have rejection. Okay, so that one came through for Capricorn as well. But you know what's happening here is you're trapping yourself in the energy of rejection. Cancer. Whether this is you being rejected by something, someone, or whether this is you feeling as though you have to reject everything, reject others, reject love, reject, work opportunities, whatever this is. I do feel that for a lot of you, this is both of those. That it's kind of you're entrapping yourself in this energy of rejection. That you're kind of telling yourself that no matter what it is that I want to go towards, no, I'm going to get rejected from that. Universe is going to reject me from that. I'm not going to be able to get that. You're entrapping yourself in this negative energy where you're expecting rejection, and by expecting, and so you've put yourself in this kind of cycle where rather than you're kind of pushing everything away because you're worried that anything that you try to move towards, you're going to be rejected from that. So you're kind of rejecting them before they can reject you. Is the energy I'm getting here, and you're kind of trapped in this cycle at the moment. So whether this is, once again, for some of you, it may only go one way. It may just be that you're pushing everything away, and rejecting everything from your potential life here. But for others of you, it may be the other way around, that you're feeling rejected from everything here. But we'll go into that a little bit more, because I definitely do feel that for a lot of you, it's that cycle. It's actually, you're kind of trapped in that cycle of rejection both ways, that it's I'm going to reject that before it can reject me, that kind of energy. Okay, Cancer, shadow work for Cancer. Shadow work for Cancer, please. Clarify. Please clarify. Please clarify that message for Cancer. Yeah, I already knew that, but what is that? Okay, clarify that third card specifically. To be completely honest, I feel like I've kind of covered your shadow work message just with what I've already said here, Cancer, because this is just feeling like maybe an extra layer of information, or maybe more along the lines of advice. We do have the masculine coming out first. So the masculine shows us that this is the energy you're in. You're trying to control the outcomes by rejecting things before they can reject you. You're trying to control the emotions and not have any emotions, I feel here. For a lot of you, you're entrapping yourself in this masculine energy where you're avoiding emotion and trying to control your emotions very heavily. You're holding back quite a lot and telling yourself, I don't have that. That doesn't exist because, I'm in control of that. And it is coming through like that, but you're kind of rejecting your own emotions is what I'm getting there. We do have the book coming through, which is all about, I'm getting that this is, once again, you're trying to be very logical and rational, but that's not serving you the best here, Cancer. With the book, it's asking you to research and find more knowledge, and I'm just sort of intuitively feeling that the knowledge that you need to find is the emotional knowledge, research your emotional side, because you're blocking it so heavily with that masculine energy. I feel as though the story that you haven't opened up to is the emotional side of things, that you're kind of writing this narrative in a way that it's like you're writing the story for yourself here by this entrapment rejection cycle, that you know that's not the story that you want for yourself. Like, if you stop and ask yourself, what do I want long term, is the rejection entrapment cycle going to get you there? No, it's not. And you're kind of not understanding that the narrative that you're writing for yourself with this cycle, it only leads to a certain outcome, which is more rejection, more entrapment in that rejection. Like, if you want to change the narrative, you need to change the narrative. You need to address that cycle and stop controlling, the outcome, and telling yourself that the outcome is only ever going to be rejection, because the more that you tell yourself that, the more that is going to be the only outcome here. My ears are ringing like crazy right now too, so I do feel this next part of the message too is very important here, Cancer, because we do have the owls. Okay, so the birds in this deck, they're split into two cards, and we have just the birds, and then we have the owls. And so the owls are, once again, it's more wisdom orientated, so needing to research, educate yourself more, and have the conversations that you need to have. You're rejecting even a potential conversation here. There's an important conversation here, and because you're in this cycle of entrapment rejection, you're not even having that conversation. That was clarified by the letter and then the cross as well. So it's part of your destiny to have this conversation, to communicate with someone or yourself, the emotional aspect of things, I feel, and to talk to yourself, basically communicate with yourself about this entrapment rejection cycle that you're in. So maybe for some of you, because I'm seeing such a strong pull on, knowledge and education, there may be the need for you to, actually research ways to avoid internalized rejection issues. And I have mentioned this in I believe it was in the Capricorn reading as well, that there's a thing called rejection sensitive dysphoria, which is pretty much exactly what I'm talking about. This entrapment rejection cycle where you push things away because you're scared of rejection, and then you get rejected, and it's like you're super, super sensitive to that because that's all you've experienced, and it makes it even worse. It's like, it's a whole big thing. All right, but it's part of your destiny to release this rejection burden. Okay, the burden of rejection does not need to be held over yourself here. All right, because it's really messing up with your happiness here, Cancer. We have the sun coming through as well, which talks about potential happiness, your dreams and desires, and everything that, you want all this to be brought to light so that you can find happiness within yourself. All right, it does just seem that it's part of your destiny for things to, and it sounds horrible, but, sometimes when we face a rejection, that is part of destiny. Because what's the saying? I hear a lot of readers say is rejection is God's protection. That sometimes you're rejected from something or someone because it's actually protecting you from that person. You may think that you want to be with that person, but them rejecting you is actually putting you in a better direction for your higher self and for your destiny. Okay, so there's a lot of spirituality with that as well, and you need to really, really bring all this to light within yourself and ask yourself what's going on with this rejection entrapment cycle, in order to meet your spiritual destiny. But we'll grab you a Spirit of the Animal Oracle as well. Cancer. Cancer. Shadow work for Cancer, please. Well, too many. Shadow work for Cancer. Okay, so we have the Peacock, which is all about vibrancy. Okay, you were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. So, shine those beautiful colors around, recognizing your own brilliance. You were born to shine and inspire. Be grateful for life and what you do have, what you do have in your life, and more good things will come. And I kind of want to say here too, stop rejecting the good stuff as well, Cancer. Rejecting all the bad stuff is fine, but at the moment you're rejecting everything. And sometimes change is uncomfortable. But good and bad change is uncomfortable, and you're at the moment you're rejecting all change, not just the change that it's that you're wanting here. So you need to sort of embrace your own vibrancy a little bit more there, Cancer. But you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment on one of my videos and you'll go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. Okay, so moving on over to our Leos. Leo. Shadow work for our Leos. Shadow work for Leo, please. Help from above. We also have family and tribe. So straight away, Leo, I want to ask you, Leo, why are you avoiding help? Whether it be from above, like your spirit team, the universe, God, whatever it is that you believe in, or from your family and friends. Why are you feeling like you need to do everything all by yourself? That's straight away what I'm feeling with that energy there, Leo, is that you need to sort of face the fact that you do have a support system, your family, your friends, your tribe, help from above, the spiritual elements of yourself, there to help you. And you're trying to do everything all by yourself. Why do you feel the need to control and do everything all by yourself here, Leo? It's just giving me the same messages continually. So we'll have a look at the Lenormand for you, Leo. For some of you too, there may be an actual family issue going on. I'm just picking up that for someone out there, Leo, there's some sort of issue with your family. It feels like a health concern for someone in your family that I'm not really reading that very clearly, but we'll see what the Lenormand says for you here, Leo. Okay, Leo. Leo, shadow work for Leo. Yeah, okay. It's all about internalizing. That like you're internalizing all the problems, or you're internalizing all the emotions to do with issues that are surrounding you. You're not asking for any external help to deal with the emotional drain that you're going through with, for those of you where there's a health concern with someone in the family, you're not letting anyone else see how much it's affecting you. You're trying to just deal with it all by yourself. You're not even asking, for help from above to deal with this. You're You're feeling as though you have to do it all by yourself for some reason here, Leo. Shadow work for Leo, please. Strong friends and family. We have the dog, which is the card of friendship and loyalty, companionship, understanding. We have the mountain, which is obstacles and delays, all right? And then we also have the house, which is, once again, family, security, stability, the things that make you feel safe and secure, as in your family, your home, the family home itself. But right in the middle of the friends and the family, right in the middle of the loyalty and the stable, we have this giant mountain. This is an obstacle. It's a delay. It's like you feeling as though you're the only one who can put in all the hard work, and you're determined to make it all okay, all by yourself. But you're creating more issues for yourself here, Leo. You've got people that you can rely on. You've got people that love you and care for you and want to support you and surround you with this sense of family and companionship and understanding and compassion. Why are you putting this giant mountain up between yourself and this supportive energy? That mountain is you, Leo. That's you. You're creating obstacles and telling yourself you're the only one who can do the work. You're the only one who can overcome anything. You need to ask for help. That I just keep getting so strongly. You need to ask for help. You can't carry. Look at this. This is a huge, giant mountain. You can't carry that mountain all by yourself, Leo. You need to ask for help from God, from family, from friends to help you carry this giant obstacle. Like if we all put in the hard work, that mountain becomes surmountable. We can get to the top and we can climb on over that. But if you're trying to do that all by yourself, I'm actually hearing here, if you try to climb that mountain all by yourself, you'll just become another body on Everest. I don't know why it's asking me to say it that blandly there, but and confronting, whereas if you've got your team, yeah, because this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing someone like you, Leo, trying to climb Mount Everest all by yourself. And, if you attempt to climb Mount Everest all by your absolute lonesome, just a tent on your back and some supplies on your back, and you try to climb that mountain all by yourself, you're just going to end up to be one of them frozen bodies up on the halfway up the mountain. Whereas if you ask for help, you ask for support, you ask for, your Sherpas to help guide you up this mountain, you get someone else to help carry the supplies, you go as a team, all of a sudden you're at the top and you can start worrying about coming back down the other side. That's what's coming through. It's just, I don't know why it's giving me the Mount Everest example there, but that's what's happening. You need your team. You can't do this by yourself. You need a team. All right? And whether that team is family members, friends, it's more than just yourself, spirit team, ancestors, guides, angels, God, whatever it is that you personally believe in all the spiritual aspect. You need spiritual support as well as, physical family, friends support as well. There's people around you that are trying to support you and you're not letting them. Okay. Sorry, Leo. But one more for Leo. Spirit of the Animal Oracle for Leo's shadow work, please. Leo, shadow work for Leo. we have the goose. Straight away, look, it's not just one goose. The goose flies with its flock, doesn't fly by itself. That's all about inner knowing. You are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident you will achieve your destination. Are you ready for this, Leo? Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry, you are blessed. Let yourself fly. Loyal friends are always with you. We're seeing loyalty, friendship. That's the third, fourth card that's talking about loyalty, friendship. So obviously that you have this inner knowing that you can't do this by yourself. You need help. You need to ask for help. There is help around you that there for the taking, and you need to take it. Okay, so I must say, Leo, you guys are the ones coming through the clearest, the strongest today. So sorry if any of that was confronting at all, but that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course, but we'll move over to Virgo. Okay, Virgo. Last but definitely not least today, Virgo. Okay, Virgo. Shadow work for Virgo. Shadow work for Virgo. Okay. Going to have another confronting one, I feel like, Virgo. We have the victim consciousness card. This one is always confronting when that one comes out. We also have temptation. So that's kind of showing us that the temptation to fall into the victim consciousness is strong. Okay, it's very, very easy to, fall into that temptation to say, this happened to me. They did this to me. They did that. This happened. None of it's my fault. Everything happens to me. I've got no control over all this stuff other people are doing to me. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. So it's very tempting to say I'm the victim without actually stopping and realizing, do you know what? I'm not the victim. I'm the survivor of that. It's all about mindset here. The temptation to tell yourself that you're just the victim is strong for you at the moment, Virgo, and placing blame on everyone around you, everyone except for yourself. For some of you, there is the need to take some sort of personal responsibility here, for your role that you have played, the reaction that you have had to certain things. No one is saying that you are not genuinely the victim. You may very well have been the victim in a certain situation or something along those lines. We've all been victim to circumstance at times in our lives, victims in lots of different ways. But we do still need to stand up and take personal responsibility and not always placing the blame on others. So with the temptation coming through with that victim consciousness, this is where it's talking about the temptation to always put the blame on somebody else, always make an excuse, never take personal responsibility. So that's where that temptation is to, say that it's everyone else's problem. It's never my problem. Everyone else has got a problem with me. I don't have a problem with anyone. If you stand up strong and tall and firm and take personal responsibility and realize that, we're all human. We all do, play the victim sometimes. We all, but it's that reframing. Like I said, you're not the victim. You are the survivor of that behavior. That person may very well have made you the victim, but you survived that. You are not the victim. You're not their victim. You are the survivor of them. Okay, because I do feel like for some of you, this has got to do with a specific person, but we'll move into the lenormand here. Okay, shadow work for Virgo. Shadow work for Virgo, please. Oh, very interesting, Virgo, because, firstly, we do have the dog card, which is all about friendship, loyalty, companionship, understanding, and compassion. So this is actually very interesting when we're talking about victim consciousness here, because this is all, I'm getting a couple of messages here. So, firstly, I'm hearing being a friend to yourself first, being a friend to yourself, being a good friend to yourself doesn't mean telling yourself that you're the victim all the time. It's being a good friend to yourself does, the right thing by yourself, and shows yourself understanding and compassion, and allowing you to, it's tempting to do this and do that, but, you being a good friend is not always just saying what someone wants to hear. Sometimes it's standing up and telling your friend the truth, which is kind of what you're needing to be a good friend to yourself first, by being truthful and honest and loyal to the truth here. But we also have that, for some of you here, this victim consciousness may be to do with, friends. They aren't loyal to me. I'm the victim because they weren't loyal. That kind of thing. But I'm also getting here to, with the loyalty and the understanding and the compassion side of the dog energy. This is kind of asking you to put yourself in the other person's shoes and ask yourself, how would that person perceive themselves to be the victim in this situation as well? So trying to take a more objective counterpoint, and realizing that, in every situation, there's always three sides to a story. There's your side, their side, and then the truth somewhere in between. So it's kind of asking you to put yourself in their shoes, and if you're standing here and saying, I'm the victim because they did this and this and this, put yourself in their shoes and say to you, like, as if you were them, I'm the victim because Virgo did this and this and this. Have a look at both sides of the coin, and it will help you find that middle, that true compassion, that true understanding of the situation, where maybe neither of you are the victim, maybe you both are the victim. So I know it's a bit harsh sometimes, because I'm not talking about those sort of situations where it's, you're genuinely a victim, like someone shot you or something, that I'm not going to the extreme here. I'm just, I'm not wanting anyone to put themselves in the shoes of, a mass murder or anything like that. That I'm not going to that extreme here. For those situations where it's relevant, though, you obviously needed to hear that. We do also have the dice coming out here. So with this deck, we do see two versions of the luck energy. So we have the clover, which is all about good luck just around you, whereas the dice is all about you taking the reins and you having control over the luck. All right, so I am feeling, though, just as a side note for somebody here, with that temptation card, and then one of the gambling cards come out, please, Virgo, avoid gambling at the moment. It's not going to work in your favor. All right, that's a temptation you need to avoid right now, is gambling. Okay, so I don't know who that's for. That's just for one person particularly that may have the temptation to gamble. It's not going to play in your favor at the moment, but because this is more generalized. This is not telling you to go and literally roll the dice on the craps table or anything like that. This is avoiding actual gambling. We're not talking about actual gambling today. That is not going to pay off for you. I'm just intuitively feeling that whoever that is for, the temptation to gamble, nah, it's not going to pay out at the moment, okay? But anyway, for everyone else, this is all about you rolling the dice and seeing where they lay. All right, so you being in control of this victim consciousness, you being a friend to yourself, and taking your own life into your own hands, taking control of your own self, your own actions and behaviors, your own role in things, and taking that into your own hands, and rolling the dice and seeing where they lay. So if I am getting personal responsibility and also, you know, taking personal responsibility and seeing where that rolls the dice to. You know, it may all end up on odds. It may all end up on evens. It's a chance that you need to be willing to take. You need to, you know, because the victim consciousness stuff here, it's temptation is going to lead you um, to jinx the dice, to make them land in a certain way, but you can't. It's asking you to understand that, you know, life is a gamble. Everything is a gamble in this life, that you can't control where these dice land, what numbers they land on. You can only control your side of things and your consciousness towards that. And like I said, you know, whether or not you're willing to, you know, put yourself in someone else's shoes and understand a different perspective and whatnot as well. Because we do also see the clock, the time, the clockwork there, the time card. So this lets us know that, you know, everything is going to fall into place in a certain way here with that die, that you know, those die are going to land how they need to, and time is going to tell. Time will show you, you know, karma. This is karma, okay? This is, you don't need to do anything to someone who has made you the victim. You don't need to do anything to someone who has legitimately made you the victim, because A, you're the survivor of that, but B, time is on your side. Time is going to show this person for who they truly are. Time is going to, you know, luck is on your side, and you know, you're just rolling the dice, and they will land where they will, but time will show the truth, and time will really make things, you know, everything will sort of fall into place, and karma is going to have its justice one way or another. So this is kind of letting you know that, you know, the temptation to maybe do something as well about this victim consciousness. You know, I'm just sort of getting, for some of you, Virgo, that you're kind of feeling that so-and-so has, you know, made me the victim in a certain way. I need to get retribution. That's the temptation, is the retribution. That's letting us know, no, just roll the dice and see where they fall. Time is going to take its retribution one way or another. Time is going to balance this out. Karma has got your back here, Virgo. All right. But we'll get you one of the Spirit of the Animal Oracle as well. Okay, Virgo. Shadow work for Virgo, please. The Sea Otter, which is all about happiness. Be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. So once again, release the need to take karma into your own hands here too. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. All right, so karma really got your back here. Surrender to letting things fall where they will, letting those outcomes become what they will. Karma has got your back. Justice will be served one way or another here, Virgo. Okay, but you are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave me a comment and you will go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. Sorry to everyone for how confronting some of the messages have been today. You're more than welcome to leave me a comment and let me know how harsh I was. So I'm sorry, but you know, at least you'll go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. But hopefully I'll see you all again soon.